The reason to do that is because we're now speaking with three excellent Jamaicans. They created a social business that addresses needs through scalable mentorship and equitable access to knowledge from inspiring young Jamaican professionals. In studio to tell us all about Minds of Jamaica, we have Jamila Falak. She's a musician. We have Sasheen Lang, an author and digital marketer. And the founder is Kamir Ricketts, and Kamir starts the batting. Talk to us about Minds Jamaica. Minds of Jamaica.
I'm glad. Thank you for having us. It was something that came about after last year. I was gave a lecture at UWI,
yes.
And I'm a computational biologist. I'm studying in New York, and I came down to speak to students at UWI, and I spoke to students at sixth form students at Herbert Morrison, and I realized that there was still a need for a direction and information to be passed to them to allow them to make strategic career decisions that they felt that they were not equipped to make the decisions they needed. So I went back thinking, how can I essentially provide them access to people who can meet with them and tell them about their if you're a young engineer, you meet with an engineer who's working and tell you about things you don't know, things you should consider, and so on. So I came back and I realized there was not a lack of students who need that mentorship, or people in general, maybe adults who want to change careers, and there was not a lack of people who are willing to give it, because based on my conversation with people, they were very eager to be a part of something like that. It's just a lack of ways to connect them.
Right.
So that's what we hope to do with Minds of Jamaica, is finding a way, a platform, developing a platform now where students can go on the platform, on the website, theminds.com, and essentially see people who are doing very amazing things within their field, in their country, and essentially through the platform you can read an article, but also move further than that and send a question to that person, or we will facilitate you actually meeting that person, develop those mentorship, those mentor-mentee relationships.
Right, so even if it's just in the virtual space, the platform is there for people to make the connections.
Yes.
Sasheen, what brought you on board?
Well, as an author and a digital marketer,
yes,
digital marketing is still a new career. So lots of people aren't really familiar with the term. If you say you're a digital marketer, be like, well, what do you do? Right?
Oh, you're always on your phone,
right,
so
and young people are always on their phones, and they don't realize that that's actually, they can make a career out of it.
Yeah.
So I came on board to show them how they can go about it and how lucrative it can be.
Yes.
As well as being a self-published author, I also will bring along that expertise, because lots of young people out there writing, but they don't know what is the next step to take in terms of publishing. So
a lot of young people
right.
just want.
So I'll be able to assist them with that, since I've already gone through the process.
It's all the more interesting because just this Wednesday I met someone who I know his business is designing and managing websites for some of, including government agencies and private sector entities, and he explained that the skill was actually perfected through self-learning from sources on the internet, like good old YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube. The university. Jamila, you took it exactly where. So you guys now are creating a Jamaican niche in the University of YouTube and the virtual world.
Well,
what brought you on board?
Well, first and foremost, I was invited on board, and I am most honored to be invited on board, because I feel like an initiative like this needs to be a thing. One, I've been mentored by many in my field. For example, Mikey Bennett, Peter Ashburn, and it has been definitely a goal of mine. Like I was telling Kamir during our conversation before we actually launched.
Yes.
I was telling him that earlier this year that I actually planned to want to be a mentor, to give back, because as soon as somebody young or whomever comes to me and says, yo, you did this, Jamila, you did that, I find myself just pouring out knowledge, and I found something in doing that, and I said, you know what, even if it's just being a part of an organization for the matter, and it came in this form. Thank you so much, Kamir. It came in this form, and then I'm now a vessel that I can give back in this way, officially.
And the interesting connection here, digital marketer, musician,
right,
creative, conservation biologist, fellow nerd. the mixture of the interests confirm that, one, this needs to be done, and two, it can be done. How have people been responding since the launch?
So the launch was actually just yesterday, and we brought on, we have 11, we call our mentors the Minds. We have 11 minds in total right now, and we brought around 7 of them. We were able to make it to the launch at Herbert Marson in Montego Bay, and the students were very, very into what we were saying. We once we concluded, we had an open time where they could come to the booth and kind of have more information, and all of them get down there way before I did. I had to like go around the corner to get to the booth in order to provide them information. We had like a sign-up sheet, and everyone was going, grabbing cards and so on. So a lot of the students were very much interested, and it was a mix between 11th grade and 6th form was at the launch. So they really kind of confirmed to me that is something that, you know, that they want and they hope to, you know, make use of, because we you know, I put equitable access to knowledge in there for a reason, because to be honest, you know, a lot of students, once you grow, you know, you go to school outside of Kingston, or even speaking to someone from Kingston, if it's not certain schools in Kingston, you feel like a lot of knowledge about, you know, scholarships and so on just don't make it to you a lot of times. So we want to be able to be a platform where you can find mentorship, but also we can essentially be one place where we'll share that information with all of our members on the platform as soon as we get them scholarships. And once you register, you essentially indicate to us what you hope to, you know, your career aspirations, so that we can essentially tailor those scholarship recommendations to what, you know, fits your needs and your.
So you don't find that the individual is drowning through. Two things happen. Some people live in a desert of knowledge, and some people are drowning in information. And the presence of information doesn't equal the presence of knowledge, because it's the ability to match that information and turn it into to helping your needs to become reality. No, the fact that this is happening, and congratulations for bringing this to reality. The way you put it, Kamir, and I want to hear you on this, Sasheen, is that so many people don't know the possibilities, and sometimes it stifles their own creativity and their own potential. This now can be solved.
Right, because sometimes it's not even that information isn't there, but where do you go? Who do you go to? Sometimes you have people in higher positions, but they're not really approachable. Right. So when you see more faces like, oh, it's a little bit younger, you can, you know, like we're getting it done. You feel it's a bit more comfortable, especially when you do it on an online platform.
Because people are more safe.
Right. Yeah, so people they'll be afraid, because even when they're in the sign up, a lot of people didn't really want to do it. Then they'll be like, you can go home, or you can, when you're comfortable, you can go up and sign up. So you give them that platform. A lot of young people be more, you know, energized and ready to do it more comfortable, because you meet them where they are in their space.
Right. Now, Jamila, there is, I will declare already that I don't support the view, but there is a view that younger persons, such as yourselves, are very I, me, now. In other words, it's just about you, nobody else exists, and everything you want it now. What you said earlier about when people ask you, how do you get this? And I mean, by the way, you're mentored by some of the VIPs in the industry, but some people would hold that to themselves. You want to throw that out to others.
Yeah, man, for sure, and it's just a perfect understanding that it's not safe to generalize. Understand that age is a number, but, you know, people are very different, and it has a lot to do with how you were brought up as well. It just has a lot of factors. But, you know, this organization is a state that persons are part of these organizations, or persons who even want to become a member or a mind of this organization. We're not about ourselves, we're about giving, and we're about Ubuntu, which is I am because you are.
Now, I want to also find out. By the way, is Herbert Marson your alma mater?
Yeah, so
and yours too.
I went to Woolmars.
But
we met because we bought one Prime Minister Youth Awards last year, so that's where we met. So those, you know, network, you know, I mean, meeting people in those settings.
Performed
there. Can you imagine?
Now you know where to go if you want to be a part of Minds of Jamaica. You actually have to be out there doing this stuff. But this also captures the possibilities that exist today and how quickly things can evolve once there's a direction that person and a commitment. Because you both are awardees, so you'd have interacted. Had you not performed there, maybe you would not have met.
There was just a particular energy I feel, because even after we weren't, you know, as close as we are now, like we went to the same high school, he was a year ahead of me. He and my best friends are best friends, you know, and it's just a funny whole mingling of things. So it's like, even after I performed, that's how we connected, actually. He congratulated me on the performance, and Sasheen had seen her collect her award. So it's like, oh, and then we were talking recently, and she was like, I actually know you prior.
Yeah.
Cross
So it's
paths
like, it's
couple
just
years
a
back.
Yeah, the crisscrossing.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, give us the web address?
So the web address is the Minds of THEMINDSOF.com, and you can keep up with us on Instagram as well at Minds of Jamaica as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because if it wasn't on Instagram, it would not keep.
Exactly. Yeah, man. At Minds of Jamaica, real easy. You know what I mean? And people who are interested in becoming Minds, because that's one of the things we want to create value for the students who are using it.
Yeah.
We have Minds, we want to create value for the Minds, and then, further on value for institutions who these students, go to. So people who are interested in mentorship, we've had people reach out to us since, launching that they're interested, so they can, go on the website or on Instagram and just, shoot us a message where we can, reach out to you and follow up.
What's next?
What's next? Well, for this week, so I call this version, 0.1, because I don't think that, it is not
even
the
1.0 yet.
No. There's so much I want to do. I want to do with this. So, we launch with 11 Minds, and we have, a vet, a surgeon, a pilot, we have digital marketer, we have a musician and so on, but there are a lot of, we don't have a journalist yet. We have a lot of things I want to cover the entire scope of things, and also people doing, just new emerging careers. I'm speaking now with someone who their thing is vlogging and so on, and the YouTube, again, we mentioned YouTube and how to make that. So we want to kind of just open the minds of young people, and
to the possibilities.
Yeah, man, open-mindedness.
And the concept of earning through your creativity and your time. There's nothing called wasting time anymore unless you just don't have the knowledge. By the way, I want to go back to that. Equitable access to knowledge, because most persons would have thought the next word after